Howdy partners, Megalomanias here, and welcome to why you should protect your medic and why is it that important and why not protecting them makes the medics hate you. If you're a soldier or demo, think about all those times you forsake your poor medic without a quick fix, causing his death. If you've never done this, I am proud. If you have, I am not surprised. I have been a victim of this many times myself. That's why medic mates hate their job and their own teams. Think about it, why so many players don't choose the medic when they join a match? Well, the doctors are easy targets, aren't they? Medic players, especially the newbies, don't want to defend themselves and hope that their teammates will help them. Because they will, right? Right? I'm going to show you one of my saved evidences how much players love their medics.
Kind of.
No!
Level 2 sentry! Level 2 sentry around the corner.
I've been fat heavy.
See? That heavy completely ignored his medic's call for help. He even ignored my syringe and my voice comment.
No!
And, of course, the screaming. He couldn't at least look back and check if it was his medic or an enemy medic. I managed to use the Chou-Fleur taunt without being killed. I feel really bad because of using this taunt. Poor medic, he was just being neglected by his own team, while he was probably the only one who decided to heal them. The heavy could have just turned around and shoot me. That might take only a few seconds to get rid of me. It would interrupt an epic 1 versus 1 battle, but they wouldn't lose their medic. This player could have rage quit or changed their class. Now, how could you help that poor guy if you were that very heavy? Well, turn up your volume and turn around as if you were looking out for spies. I turn around all the time, even when I don't play as the medic. I've become that paranoid. Be aware of your surroundings. I missed that shot. Don't ask me how, okay? Somehow the heavy didn't notice it, but the medic did. He informed his teammate that an enemy is chasing him, so he needs help. But his heavy was ignoring him or had his game muted. Don't mute the freaking game! Unless it's The Sims or something, then do whatever you want. Just don't mute online games. Spies would love you though. But spies are your enemies. And throw a sandwich, maybe a banana. Just give the medic some food, alright? I once joined a game where I was ignored by my entire team. There weren't many of us, maybe only 6 or 7 in each team, but they should have thanked me for healing, and now they run away from me and leave me to death. Seriously, you do not understand how that little voice comment thanks brings joy to us. We feel appreciated for our work. This is important, especially for new medic players. Don't make them give up on playing as the medic, because maybe this player will become a great medic main in the future. Don't trash talk, don't write on the chat that they are bad. There aren't many medic mains, so let them play as him and learn how to play. Let them practice. The medic is not an easy class, so be grateful that they chose it. He may be the most major class in your team. No, I am not saying this because I am main medic. Other players should be kept alive, including you. But don't forget about your doctor. He is the only one who can heal you while you are fighting, when you can't find a medkit, or when the dispenser gets destroyed. Also, you can inform the engineer that you have low health. Yes, you can say,
"Put dispenser here!"
but I doubt he would hear it when he is much further away from you, alright? Medic is one of the support classes, and his support is very important. He can overheal you up to 150% of your normal health, and even make you invincible for 8 seconds, which is a lot in such a chaotic game like Team Fortress 2. Let's look at his stats. Medic's HP is only 150. 225 when overhealed, and 189 when overhealed with the quick fix. However, if he's got the Vitasoul equipped, his HP is 140, 210 when overhealed, and 176 when overhealed with the quick fix. Soldier can hit a medic with a black box or direct hit, be lucky enough to get a random crit, and kill that poor doctor immediately. It's not that hard to kill a medic, but it's not that easy to kill as a medic. I still cringe when I think about all those moments where I couldn't hit a teammate with a crossbow, while they were staying completely still. Medic has little weapons, and he deserves more, at least in my opinion. I just wanna say that Sullen Vow is a decent weapon, and I like to use it. The doctors like to use their melee weapon, especially Uber Saw, because it's kinda easier to fight with than those darn syringe guns. The more you play, the more you get used to them, but I still main Crusader's crossbow. His weapons are not easy to use. Team Fortress 2 has the word team in its title for a reason. You are supposed to cooperate, help each other. Yes, there are only 3 support classes, but it doesn't mean that only they are supposed to help their teammates. Not everyone cares about the group they're in. That's why we have battle medics or demo men, who prefer to attack than defend. I'm not a battle medic, I just couldn't leave someone in need of healing while passing him by. So, medic heals his teammates, pops Uber on them, and he can help in the homicide as well. He helps the most, but he needs your help too. Be his ally. Everyone can be somehow a support class. Pyro can airblast the rockets, destroy the subs, and extinguish others. Engineer can build dispensers and airblast rockets with a short circuit. Sniper can extinguish you with his P. I had to explain to my friend what is jar at the end. Welcome to Team Fortress 2. A dead medic won't heal you. That's why you should stay with him and make sure the enemies will not kill him. Remember that medics are usually the main target of the opposite team. He makes it much harder to kill his team, especially when he's got the vaccinator. That's why there is a very important rule. Don't steal the medkits. Really, I will not count how many times my allies took them from me when I was burning alive. Leave them to medics if they are close, okay? I'd appreciate that. As a medic, I don't take the ammo packs. I prefer to let you take it. Engineers need them the most, since you can take the ammo from the dispenser and they can collect the packs for metal. As I said before, a dead medic will not heal you, and he can heal himself only with dispenser or the medkits. Yeah, there are also taunts, but there's usually no time for taunting and surviving, you know? Listen closely. If you hear your team's medic yelling,
I am fully charged!
then watch out, make sure he won't drop his Uber. As long as the medic has his Uber, you're good. You probably have an advantage, because Uber is like a superpower. Don't treat your medic like a human shield. Just because he chose you to his healing target, doesn't mean he wants to sacrifice his life for yours. He wants to save your life and not die at the same time. Just because another teammate of yours dies, doesn't mean you won't be the next. You should become a shield for them. Of course, you don't have to take every bullet, but don't let the medics take more damage than you, especially if you play as a class which has more HP than he does. He cannot heal himself, but he can heal you. If you know that even though you're being healed, you will not survive this fight, then retreat, but in the direction that will make your doctor understand that you're gonna retreat. So don't rocket jump or sticky jump. Go back, as if you wanted to go behind the medic. He will notice that you are going backwards, which means I'ma head out, but not without you. The medic is usually screwed when his team leaves him behind. He's mostly on the front line. That's why he's an easy target. His enemies hate him and like to focus on killing him first, so it's major to not leave him there alone. Of course, he will hide if he can. If the match is taking place in an open space, then he doesn't have many opportunities to cover himself. Hiding does not guarantee you will not die. Demo man can just throw stickies at you and get rid of ya. Some classes are the best partners for a medic. Soldier can very easily destroy sentries and lots of enemies while being healed by the duck. He's just deadly when overhealed and ubercharged. Demo man quickly kills a lot of enemies at the same time. His explosives have a big radius. He's an excellent class for destroying engineers' buildings as well. In my opinion, the best medical for these two might be the Kritzkrieg. But don't forget that the Kritzkrieg doesn't affect the construction's damage, it only works on the players. Of course, I couldn't not mention the heavy. Did you notice that whenever you look for a cool TF to medic gameplay, there are usually medics who pocket one heavy? I would like to watch a gameplay with no heavy in the team, or at least where the player heals other teammates as well. Heavy has a lot of HP, precisely 300 points. and 450 when overhealed. He's like a killing machine. But he's very slow, so he's also an easy target for snipers. The mush-mouthed freak. He's great for closer contact with an enemy, and everyone hates him for that. When I fight against a pyro, I always try to make sure that I am far enough to shoot him, but not be burned to death. But it's important to be careful when following a pyro, because medic is closer to the enemies as well, and so he is more likely to be killed. However, overcharged pyro can do good damage. Medic may not be the best pocket, but if you play as a medic and have a second one in your team, do not forget about him. Heal him. It will be easier for you both. And why not try to do an Uber chain? Does it mean that the other classes should be ignored by the medic and they should ignore him too? No! These 5 classes I told you about are just the main healing targets for the TF2 Doctor. Scout isn't the greatest class to pocket, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve an Uber. He's supposed to be at a close range, just like Pyro, but Scout has low health and he shouldn't be a surprise for his enemies. He should just pop out of nowhere and kill them. Engineers are usually taking care of their buildings and do not fight at the front line. If you play as the medic and see an engineer with crits who is running into a crowd of the opposite team, then help him, because he can go full battle NG mode for a moment. Sniper. He mostly stays in one spot and that's all. I heal them, but there's really no point in pocketing them or Ubering them, unless there is a situation where it makes sense to Uber him. For example, he is the only teammate close to you and an enemy is chasing you. You can Uber the sniper and let him kill your opponent. Spy is not a good medic's friend. Spies often become invisible right after they're leaving the spawn, and when they are disguised, they probably don't want you to heal them, right? If your health is low, don't run to the resupply cabinet if a medic is nearby. You can call for him, so that you will be healed by him with a medigun, which will make his Uber feel faster. When you are overhealed by the medic, don't run into the enemies as if you were Ubered. You are not invincible, you can still die quickly. To sum up, just protect your medic, don't let him die, and don't ignore him. That's all for today, thank you for watching, I'll catch you later, and see you soon.